Yeah, you thought I was dead, didn't you? You thought you were never gonna see me stand in front of this again. You thought you were never gonna hear me speak things, but here I am. I tricked you. I'm not actually dead. I was just hibernating for the Christmas. Roll the thing. Now you're probably asking yourself, like, Tim, what is it? What's the thing today? What are the things that you're gonna be talking about, and the things that you don't like, that you want to make fun of? Well, I'll tell you. As you know, it's the new year. It's 2021, and it's probably still January if I upload this in time. It's January. It's the new year, which means we're finally done with 2020. You know, it's 2021 now, and we can look back and we can see, wow, that was a year. So today on Bottom 5, I want to go through the worst 20s. Not the worst things in 2020, because there's too many to choose from, but the worst things that have 20 in them. Because I was kind of like, looking through things, and it feels like the number 20 kind of cursed. So in our number 1 spot, we have 20-minute meals. Now, there's all those recipes out there. It's like, oh, check out this nice and easy meal for dinner. It only takes 20 minutes. It's nice and easy, as they say. And guess what? They never take 20 minutes. I've done like at least 2 of them, and it always takes more than 20 minutes. It's a lie. Like, maybe a professional chef can do it in 20 minutes, but Are you done? Maybe a professional chef can do it in 20 minutes, but I can't. It takes me like 40, and I feel like I'm being scammed. It should take 20 minutes. In our number 2 spot, it's the year 1920. 100 years ago, it wasn't that great. The average life expectancy was like 54 years, which is like 20 less than it is now, maybe more. I'm gonna correct myself in post, hopefully, or I look stupid. Things that happened that weren't that great. They had the Spanish flu pandemic. That was pretty bad. Killed some people, right? A prohibition, right? No more alcohol. Can you imagine living in a world where alcohol's illegal? Like, how are you supposed to cope with the emotional trauma of your past? And also 1920, women started voting, pretty bad. That's a joke. Please don't hate me. It was just a joke. I like women, and I like women who vote. Please, it was just a joke. At the number 3 spot, it's 20 questions. And there's kind of 2 varieties that I want to talk about, right, with 20 questions. One, you had those little pocket Game Boy things that we had in the 90s. I lived in the 90s for 1 year, so it technically counts. And they tried to figure out what the thing in your mind was by asking you questions, and sometimes they got it right, and you're like, what kind of black magic is this? And other times, you got to the 20th question, and they're like, I don't know, can I ask you another question? You're like, I guess. And then they're like, is it this? And I'm like, no. And then they ask another one. Now it's 25 questions, so it's just kind of lied in the title, and I feel kind of cheated by it. And then the other variety, right, is when you play with your friends and you're like, I'm thinking of something, and they try and guess what it is by asking you questions. You know how it works. Hopefully. If not, I'm not going to explain it. Look up a different YouTube video or something. But anyways, the problem with that is... that was a big shake. The problem with that is that, sometimes it'll take 2 minutes because they know exactly what you're thinking, because you just saw the fridge in the kitchen and you chose fridge and it was super easy. And other times it takes 2 hours because, the person asking the questions just sits there hold on, I have a good question. I know what it is. And it takes forever. And it's the worst because when you want to play a game, you kind of have a time frame in mind. And with this, there's no time frame. It's just either long or short, and it's miserable. In our number 4 spot, it's your 20s. It's the years from when you're 20 until you're 29, almost 30. Maybe we include 30, it's up to you. I don't really care. Anyways, they're rough years, right? You're getting out of college, probably. Maybe you didn't go to college. I don't care what you do with your life. And now you're kind of officially an adult, and everybody treats you like an adult, and then you've got bills, and you gotta pay people and stuff. But nobody really knows what they're doing, right? Like, we all just kind of pretend we know what we're doing, but nobody really does. And like, maybe when you get to your 30s, it's better. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm an adult and now I know adult things. I don't know. I haven't been there. I mean, I still don't even know how to tie my shoes, and I'm like 21 at least. I forgot my own age, apparently. In our number 5 spot, as most people probably guessed, I don't know how smart you are, it's the year 2020. You know, much like the 1920s, 2020 wasn't great, you know? Like, at the start of it, we all thought World War III was gonna break out. Then, like, Australia was on fire for, like, a month. And, like, I'm sure that wasn't fun. I wasn't there, so I don't really know. But, and then, like, you know, COVID, and like we all had to go into quarantine, and it was that like meme where it's like in and out 20-minute adventure, and like, thanks Rick, it was actually 12 months now, I guess. And then, like, you know, later in the year we had the presidential election, and I don't want to get all political or anything. I don't care which side you take, you know, who you voted for, I don't really care. But you know what? The thing was, everybody was talking about it, and it was all in our faces, and we had to put up with it for like 4 months, and nobody would shut up about it. And even now, people aren't shutting up about it, and it's just, I don't want to talk about politics anymore. I'm kind of over it, and like, that sucked. 2020 was kind of just like a crapshoot, and I feel like the emotional trauma that like it left with me is going to scar me for the rest of my life. Man, I need therapy. So anyways, that was your bottom 5 20s, I guess. I don't know. We'll see if this video makes it to the public. Remember, if you like this video, cool. Thanks.